Uh, Now we'll be referring to gram atomic mass or gram molecular mass or mole molecules or mole atoms as mole molecular mass as molar mass. Molar mass. This may refer to a mole of atoms or a mole of molecules. So molar mass of say oxygen atom or molar mass of nascent oxygen, molar mass of say helium or molar mass of so those would be the 1 mole mass of helium atoms and or molar mass of calcium carbonate, that would be the mole molecule mass of calcium carbonate. So give me molar mass of, yeah, say calcium carbonate, H2SO4, NaOH we just did. So what would be the molar mass of these? This is calcium. Calcium has 20 protons and 20 neutrons, so weight becomes 40. So if I'm talking about one molecule, it is 40U, and then 12 for carbon and 3 into 16, so that gives you 100. If it is molar mass, it is 100 grams. If it is molecular mass, it is 100U. Similarly, this will give you 98 grams. This gives you 40 grams. So if I say I have 2.5 moles of NaOH, if I've got 2.5 moles of NaOH, then what would be the weight? What will be the mass I'm having? So that would be equal to 2.5 times the mass of 1 NaOH. 1 NaOH is 40 grams. So that is equal to 100 grams. Similarly, if I ask you, I've got 1.96 grams of H2SO4. How many moles I have? So do this, do one more. I've got say 2 grams of calcium carbonate. How many moles do I have? Yeah, so how do we do this? So this one is, say we had X moles. X moles of H2SO4. H2SO4's weight is 98 grams. X of them would make up 1.96 grams. So obviously X is a fraction. A fraction of a mole is very much possible. You can have half a dozen, you can have 1/6 of a dozen, but you can have even 1 million of a mole. Mole is such a big number that all fractions are possible. You can't have a fraction of a molecule. You can't have half a molecule of calcium carbonate or H2SO4 sulfuric acid, but you can have half a mole of this. You can very much have half a mole of this. So X over here, so X over here would be 1.96 divided by 98. Double of 98 is 196. So it is 2 by 100. So many moles. 0.2 moles of H2SO4 sulfuric acid will make 1.96 grams. So we can have a formula over here, a very simple formula. So I'll write at this corner. Number of moles generally will be representing by small n into the molar mass. So this can be the mole molecular mass or the mole atomic mass. The molar mass of the species, number of moles into the molar mass will give you the total weight in grams. So that is what we are doing over here. We can do that for the other question too. What is that? The total weight should come 2 grams. The molar mass of calcium carbonate you calculated is 100. So say the number of moles is n. So n into 100 is 2 grams, comes as 2 by 100, which is again 0.02 moles. So now we know that if we are weighing something, we can calculate how many of them are there. If we weighed 1.96, we know it was 0.02 moles, and we know how much is a mole. It is a collection of so many. So we have changed weighing into counting. Similarly, we would like to change volumes into counting, into number of moles, and we would like to change the concentration and the other ways how we measure something into number of moles. So this chapter is changing to number of moles and then doing some calculation. So we know how to change weights into number of moles. Let's do some calculation based on that. So note down a question. 3.2 grams of methane will react with how much of oxygen and will produce how much carbon dioxide, how much water. So let's do this. This is actual chemistry happening. You have some reaction happening, and you have weighed methane somehow, and you would like to know how much of weight of oxygen it would react with, and how much of weight of carbon dioxide and hydrogen is produced. So to figure out how much of oxygen would be required and how much of carbon dioxide and water is produced, we should know how they react. What is the chemical reaction? How many of methane reacts with how many of oxygen? Let us quickly write the balanced reaction of methane combusting with oxygen. So you have one over here, you have 4 hydrogens, so 2 H2O, so that makes your oxygen as 4, so that is 2O2. So what do we get over here? We get that 1 mole of methane or 1 molecule of methane reacts with 2 molecules of oxygen to produce 1 molecule of carbon dioxide and 2 molecules of water. So if you have 1 dozen molecules of methane, it will react with 2 dozen molecules of oxygen. If you have 1 crore, 1 million methane, it would react with 2 million oxygen. So if you have 1 mole of methane, it is reacting with 2 moles of oxygen. So they have given the quantity in grams. We can very well convert to moles, because that is what the mole is being used for. So if you know exactly how many moles have been given, we know that double moles of oxygen would be required. So this 3.2 grams, if I convert to moles, that will be 3.2 divided by the molar weight, so gram by molecular weight. So that is 16, gives you 2 by 10 moles. So we have 2 by 10 moles of methane actually reacting. See, this first line was the ratio in which they react. This doesn't mean that actually we have got 1 mole of methane. It says that if there was 1 mole of methane, it reacts with 2 moles of oxygen. How many moles of methane is there? It is 2 by 10. 2 by 10 actual moles of methane is there. So how much it will react? It will react with double the amount of oxygen. So 1 mole produces 1. So 2 by 10 will produce 2 by 10. And 1 mole produces 2 water. So it will produce 4 by 10 moles of water. So we have got our answers in mole. So this is pretty much it. If they asked how much of oxygen was required, it was 4 by 10 moles of, or 0.4 moles of oxygen required. How much of carbon dioxide produced? It is 0.2 moles of carbon dioxide produced, but they gave the question in grams, so they would expect the answer in grams. The answer is 2 into 2 by 10 moles, but that is not in grams, so you should convert back to grams. So converting back to grams is, in grams, this would be 4 by 10 into 32. This would be 2 by 10 into the molar weight of carbon dioxide, which is 44, and that would be 4 by 10 into molecular weight of water, which is 18, and this would be 2 by 10 into the molar weight, which was 16. This would give you back 3.2. That is how you calculated 2 by 10. So that's your 3.2 grams. And how much is this? This is 12.8 grams, and this is 8.8 grams, and this would be 7.2 grams. So basically what has happened is, say you had a reaction flask and you had put this oxygen and methane. Exactly 12.8 grams of oxygen will react with 3.2 grams of methane. So that is totally 12.8 plus 3.2, which is 16 grams. So you had 16 grams of the stuff, of the reactants inside. These two are called reactants, and what is produced is called products. So yeah, 16 grams of reactant, 12.8 oxygen and 3.2 methane, and what is produced is carbon dioxide and water. What's the total weight of that? 8.8 plus 7.2, which is 9 plus 7, which is again 16. So you see that the mass is conserved. If you don't go to the E is equal to mc square level, if you don't go into mass defects and all, this is how much it is produced. 16 grams were put in and 16 grams is produced. So this is kind of cross verification, and our answer is 12.8 over here, 8.8 here, and 7.2 grams over here. So one noteworthy thing in this process is that if we know amount of any one of the thing among the four things, two of the reactant, two of the product, I knew just one. I knew the amount of methane. I can figure out everything because it is happening in a fixed ratio. If you have 3.2 grams, it has to react with a certain amount of oxygen to produce a certain amount of carbon dioxide and water. I can't give you two informations. I can't give you like 3 grams of methane reacts with 3.2 grams of oxygen. That is not true. We have found out that 3.2 grams is reacting with 12.8 grams. So let me introduce the concept of limiting agents now.